Today I'm going to read to you from a book called Days of War, Nights of Love, Crimethink for Beginners. I'm choosing the chapter called Plagiarism, a Crimethink exclusive, Context and Ideas, Seized and Redeployed by Tristan Zarathustra and Stella Nera. This chapter of the book, which is written for young anarchists, not young in age, but young in experience. And this particular chapter talks about plagiarism. And I know for myself, from the time I started out wanting to be a writer until this very day, I practice what I call osmosis or eclecticism. I like to take lots of good ideas and take the truth from each one and put them together in my own thoughts and then share them with others to inspire new thoughts by them. And that's exactly what this chapter covers. The first section is called Intellectual Property, and the second section is called Plagiarism and the Modern Revolutionary. The third section is called Language and the Question of Authorship Itself. The part that I'm the most interested in is the second part, called Plagiarism and the Modern Revolutionary. So here we go. Plagiarism is an especially effective method of appropriating and reorganizing ideas, and as such, it can be a useful tool for a young person looking to encourage new and exciting thinking in others. And it's a method that is revolutionary in that it does not recognize intellectual property rights, but rather strikes out against them and all of the negative effects that recognizing them can have. And I've always heard the saying that stealing is only possible in a private property society. So really, plagiarism is a form of resistance against property rights. Plagiarism focuses attention on content and away from incidental issues by making the genuine origins of the material impossible to ascertain. Besides, as suggested above, it could be argued that the genuine origins of most inspirations and propositions are impossible to determine anyway. By assigning a new name or no name at all to a text, the plagiarizer puts the material in an entirely new context, and this may generate new perspectives and new thinking about the subject. And the last edition of the New World Rising zine that I did, my name is not in there one single time, and I made it with meme collages where I took pictures off the internet, took quotes, put together articles from all the submissions, and just squished them all together into a zine collage. Plagiarism makes it possible to combine the best or most relevant parts of a number of texts, thus creating a new text with many of the virtues of the older ones, and some new virtues as well, since the combination of material from different sources is bound to result in unforeseeable effects, and it might well unlock hidden meanings or possibilities that have been dormant in the text for years. And that's pretty exciting. Finally, above all, plagiarism is the reappropriation of ideas. When an individual plagiarizes a text which those who believe in intellectual property would have held sacred, she denies that there is a difference in rank between herself and the thinker that she takes from. She takes the thinker's ideas for herself to express as she sees fit, rather than treating the thinker as an authority whose work she is duty-bound to preserve as he intended. She denies, in fact, that there is a fundamental difference between the thinker and the rest of humanity by appropriating the thinker's material as the property of humanity as a whole. And I think this is the concept behind making things open source, like Wikipedia. It's revolutionary. After all, a good idea should be available to everyone. It should belong to everyone, if it really is a good idea. In a society organized with human happiness as the objective, Copyright infringement laws and similar restrictions would not hinder the distribution and recombination of ideas. These impediments only make it more difficult for individuals who are looking for challenging and inspiring material to come upon it and share it with others. So, if there truly is nothing new under the sun, take them at their word and act accordingly. Take what seems relevant to your life and your needs from the theories and doctrines of those who came before you. Don't be afraid to reproduce word for word those texts which seem perfect to you, so you can share them with others who might also benefit from them. And at the same time, don't be afraid to plunder ideas from different sources and rearrange them in ways that you find more useful and exciting, more relevant to your own needs and experiences. You can create a personalized body of critical and creative thought with elements gathered from a variety of sources, rather than just choosing from one of the prefabricated ideologies that are offered to you. After all, do we have ideas or do they have us? So yeah, when I founded the Wild Human Initiative, I used to Google the things that I was doing for years to see who else was writing about it, who else was doing it, who else was noticing wild humanism, rewilding, and there was nobody. This was in 2004. There was really nobody except a few academic articles and just a very few sites about rewilding, such as the River Cane Rendezvous and Earth First and things like that. So over the years, I always made everything I wrote and did open source. I'm just a messenger. I'm not trying to be an authority and own intellectual property rights. I'm just trying to be a messenger to get those meme seeds out there to grow in the garden at the fringes of our culture, in the countercultures and with the progressive thinkers and the young people. And I really and truly believe that those seeds did take root and create new projects, that some of which I'll never even know about. But I've received many, many, many letters over the years telling me how I inspired people to create projects and to change their own lives and to just plant seeds of their own everywhere that would help to transform society. And I'm still the same way. I'm like, just take everything I do and copy it and make it your own and, feed it back to us in your own way, and it'll continue evolving and developing and influencing us to awaken and become the best version of what we can be. And crimethink Workers Collective does the same thing. It says in the book on the copyright page to freely take whatever is in there, and even put your own name on it. But I still, at the beginning of this video, I told who wrote the article and where I got this from. It's from a book called Days of War, Nights of Love. I strongly encourage you to look up crimethink, crimethink, I believe. Look it up and get their publications. Get several copies if you can, and give one to somebody who has the potential to be an activist or to just be really cool and conscious, And so plagiarism to me is just intellectual osmosis. It's the stone soup of life, mixing all the ingredients together to feed the whole tribe and to keep evolving as new stories and new meta-narratives. And that's one of the ways we can subvert the dominant paradigms and promote a massive transformation of our culture and our society. So check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. And you take care and take it easy. Until next time.